Hello guys, it's Jasper here again at top10fragrances.com after a very busy period at work and a wee break in Sri Lanka as well, which was highly needed by myself and my darling wife. An olfactory journey in itself, to be honest with you, but that's a story for another time. So I'm here today to talk to you about Tom Ford's Black Orchid. That's the bottle there. Comes in a 50 or 100ml eau de parfum. This is the 100ml. They're also doing a limited edition number of pure perfume oil, 50ml. Pricing, well, you're talking about $90 US for the 50ml, about 135 for the 100ml, and I think they're doing 5,000 of the 50ml oil pure perfume. You're talking about $600 US, which sounds expensive, but this is incredibly powerful stuff, so I think you'd get good value for money from that, if you like stronger perfumes, that is. So, it's very luxurious, as you can see from the packaging, and feels like quality. So let's talk about probably the coolest cowboy in the world, Mr. Tom Ford. So he was born in 1961 in Austin, Texas. He went to university and started to study architecture, and halfway through doing his degree he decided he wanted to change course completely and went into ladies' fashion. He eventually ended up working for Gucci as their creative designer, believe it or not, in 1990, and he actually really changed the fortunes of the company. They were actually struggling quite a lot at that point. In actual fact, when he left the company, they were having profits of around about $3 billion. I think he increased the profits by about $3 billion US. So he seriously turned that company around. He founded his own fashion brand, and as I said to you before, he was a film director. He also directed The Single Man with Colin Firth. So he's quite an accomplished film director. It's quite a good film actually, if you've seen it, but I quite rated it. So Tom Ford Beauty was founded in 2005 and is sold now in, I guess, 36 countries worldwide. So they're doing really well for themselves. And this stuff here is getting a bit of a name too. So let's see what all the fuss is about. Wow, that's what you can say really. Wow, it's incredibly complex. This one I've just sprayed, obviously. This one I've had on my hand for about an hour or so. And there's actually quite a big difference. Really, really powerful nuances. It's really kind of rich and dark. And I think it verges actually on the overpowering. It's a sort of perfume where you would get people suffocating next to you if you were in an elevator or a lift if you wore too much of this stuff. Think about Christian Dior's Poison in the 1980s. You know how that was? This is similar. It's like a 21st century take on that kind of perfume, that sort of family of perfume. Really, really powerful. And I would say definitely that with this particular perfume, you're talking less is definitely more. So you've got a really flowery or floral opening, which is bang in your face, and it's softened by vanilla, and that works really, really well. It's really quite seductive. The florals are mixed with sort of black fruit, black berries, and even black truffle, which gives this a really strange, animalic, seductive, naughty, almost kinky edge to it. It's a really, really interesting perfume. But what happens after that is there's a really nice, subtly dry background to it, and that really mellows things out nicely. And if you spray too much of this, I don't think that comes through quite so much. It's quite weird. You have to try it. It's a really powerful fragrance, which if you spray less, it seems to be stronger. I don't know if that's a contradiction in terms, but that's how I feel about it. It's not a perfume for the shy. It's a sort of perfume that a shrinking violet would walk away from straight away or run away from, to be honest with you. It's very, very powerful stuff. You've got things like black truffle, as I mentioned, yang florals and things, bergamot, black currant, so there's lots of ripe fruit in there. And there's these notes have come straight from the website actually, and they were mentioning things like vanilla tears, incense, vetiver. We know what those are. Vanilla tears. What are they? What is that all about? Guys, if you know what a vanilla tear is, because I've never heard of one, please write me a comment after you've seen this blog. I'd love to know, I really would. Anyway, longevity, 8 out of 10, no problem at all. It's really powerful stuff that lasts really well. And I would say that sillage, 20 out of 10. Getting hold of this stuff is not as easy as buying high street perfumes, but that's the way it should be really, I guess. You know, if you want to buy something that's special, it should be a little bit more difficult to get hold of. Isn't that how it should be? I think it is. So you can get it from Fragrance X. It's about $78 for 50ml and about $110 for 100ml. And Parfums NDP are doing great deals on this. And don't forget that they offer you those little decants, 5ml. So go onto their site, www.parfumsndp.com. And you can order them from there, and it saves you a lot of money as well, because this perfume you may not like because it's so powerful. I think it's wonderful, but if you buy a smaller bottle of it, you can throw that away if you don't like it, as opposed to forking out lots of money on a perfume you're never going to wear. So don't forget to hit the like button, guys, and leave me a couple of comments, and I will see you next time around with our next blog, and I hope it's going to be a little bit sooner this time. Thanks now.